shape is sort of like a vine. It goes up and down and goes around and so forth. It's very ancient music. We are not really sure where they got their musical ideas, but probably also from other people, ancient people around. And because Judaism then started to really practice this kind of music on a regular basis, the next culture that was influenced by Jewish music, as you can imagine, was the Christian church. In my presentation, I actually have another melody that shows the influence of that melody, or that style, on the Gregorian chant that was practiced and still practiced in a lot of churches and monasteries around the world. I'm now going to, now, the chanting of the Torah probably was done before, but the actual system of inventing the symbols is from about 1100 years ago. And it was invented by a particular family of Ben Asher in the city of Tiberias, that is situated on the west shore of the Sea of Galilee. I'm now speaking to the medieval or Middle Ages time. Now the Jews are all scattered in Europe after the exile by the Romans, and they're starting to kind of rub shoulders and hear a lot of different styles around them. And in Eastern Europe, especially Romania, Poland, and Russia, they were, as you know, if you've been to Europe, also there are lots of gypsies. The gypsies have their own musical style, and the Jews were really influenced by that music. And the Jews were kind of in between two cultures. On one hand, they heard the classical music that was around them, okay? And you may not know some of these names, Mashor and Josquin André and Orlando Di Lasso, but that all leads to Monteverdi and eventually to Bach and Handel and Mozart and Beethoven and so forth. This is the Western system of music, okay? But on the other hand, there was this sort of Oriental music that came from the gypsy side. And what the Jews tried to do is to meld it together. So let me give you here some musical examples on the violin. I will not be able to do it with microphone, so I hope that I'll just be here and move a little closer to you. So I have to go into some technicalities here, because all music is composed of musical intervals, from one note to another. It either goes up or it goes down. If you're familiar with the piano and you have all the keys, the white and the black keys, if you start playing all, from the right side and to the right, it will go higher and higher, and if you go from the center to the left, it will get lower and lower. So for example, if I play to you this sound of this open string, and I play this one, you can tell that the second one is much higher than this one, right? So each note in the scale is different by a particular degree of frequency from the one that is before. And in the Western system, you have either whole steps or half steps. Now I'm going to play for you a whole step and a half step. First, well, actually start with a half step. So you start from here. So this is a half step. And now you go, the whole step would be, hear the difference? Okay? Now, the scale is built with both whole tones and half tone. I'm going to play for you a major scale. And it sounds like this. It has really quite a character. Sounds like that because the two half steps are placed in a particular spot in the scale. If you take a minor key, the half steps are placed in a different place, and that is why the sound is different. Here's a minor key. Now, of the family of the minor, there are lots of other scales, but one is called Phrygian. Many of these scales got their names from ancient Greece, and one of the tribes was the Phrygian tribe. And this sounds like this, where the half step is right at the very beginning of the scale. Right here.
notes, you have a possibility to either do